Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week, we catch up with England's best men's singles shuttler as he aims to join the elite of international players. And we're back in the UAE for part 2 of Chunlong's trip to the Emirates as he lends a helping hand to BWF Shuttle Time Dubai. It is believed the modern version of badminton was invented by the English in the mid-1800s, and certainly England once dominated badminton. As pioneers of the game, they had the best players in both the women's and men's categories. Shuttlers such as Sir George Thomas, Raymond White, Ethel B. Thompson, and Ralph Nichols ruled the sport from the early 1900s to the late 30s. Then, everything changed. As more nations took up the sport, England's grip on badminton loosened, then slipped away. The country has never been able to find that dominant player ever since. But in Rajiv Ouseph, the nation has a shuttler with the drive and ambition to be an elite in the sport. Rajiv Ouseph is England's #1 men's singles player. He's been the national champion since 2008, a title he has held for an impressive 7 consecutive years. It's an achievement no player has been able to produce since Darren Hall in 1988.
Obviously that's good. I think he's won it the most times, Darren Hall's won it the most times, that's 10, he's won it, so that's something for me to aim for. And yeah, I mean, I take the Nationals very seriously. It's a big tournament, and so yeah, I mean, it's nice for me to hold that title of being the Nationals' best player.
Coming from a family of keen badminton players, Ouseph was introduced to the sport when he was 9 years old.
I played a few tournaments quite early on when I was 11 or 12, and I managed to do very well in those. So yeah, I mean, once you start doing well in something, I think you kind of carry on a little bit. So yeah, it's just blossomed from there, really.
The Londoner was very successful in his developmental years. As a youth player, he won the national singles title at every junior level. In 2005, he became the European Junior Champion, the first Englishman to achieve this in 20 years. Ouseph was 19 then and had just begun his tertiary education at Loughborough University. But the demands of being a professional badminton player meant he struggled to cope with playing the sport and his studies.
I was quite interested in doing media and sort of taking it onto journalism, like sports journalism actually. But yeah, I mean, it was quite a big sort of for me to try and juggle both things, and I couldn't really manage it. And I thought, while I'm still young, I'll just put all my focus into badminton. And I mean, luckily it's turned out all right.
Ouseph is clearly the best singles player in the country, and as such, found it difficult to find training partners. Realizing he needed to raise his standard during practice, the English champion went to Bangalore, India. Here, he took up regular training sessions at the Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy.
Yeah, it was really good to be able to practice there with some of the top Indian guys. And it's always good to practice with different people, I think. And at that time, I had been practicing in England, and it was good for me. But yeah, I mean, it was nice just to go there and change for sort of 5 or 6 weeks just to train with some other people. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I think it brought a new level to my game.
The experience in India brought a new dimension to his game as he started to make his mark on the international scene. He won his first senior international title at the 2008 Scottish Open and claimed the Irish Open title that same year. More followed in 2009, 2 titles on the BWF Tour and a European Circuit men's singles champion.
That was sort of the time I sort of broke through and started winning, like say, a few tournaments. Sort of started to win a few European tournaments, so a few other players kind of took notice, and yeah, it started to give me the confidence to think I could do a lot better in the international circuit, and yeah, I mean, I started to do a lot better from there. So yeah, it was a great platform for me.
His successes continued in 2010. The England #1 grabbed bronze at the European Championships and claimed a silver medal at the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. He was only bested in the final by world #1 Lee Chong-wei.
It was a great experience, the whole Commonwealth experience. It was my first major game, so yeah, till we medalled in the team event, and like you say, I got a silver in the individual. So I mean, I think that's probably one of my greatest achievements. And yeah, it was sort of bittersweet losing in the final, but I mean, to lose to the world #1, he was obviously playing very well and still is playing very well. So it was nothing to be ashamed of. And yeah, I mean, I look back with fond memories on that Commonwealth Games.
He reached a career best of 11th in the world in 2011. Although he continues to be England's #1 shuttler, the men's singles field at present is considered to be one of the toughest for a long while, and keeping among the best in the world has proven to be hard. Clinching a World Superseries title has proven to be even tougher.
I mean, men's singles I think it's grown a long way since I started playing, even sort of that only like 10 years ago. So yeah, I mean, it's very tough. There's a lot of depth to the men's singles field, and yeah, I mean, it's difficult to do well in the Super Series tournaments, but yeah, it's something that I need to aim for to get to those latter stages.
Although his ranking has slipped from the highs of 2011, he continues to be one of the best singles shuttlers in Europe.
I started quite well and managed to get a medal in the Europeans this year, and then didn't do so well in the World Championships. But I mean, had quite a good Commonwealth Games where we managed to get a team medal, but I just missed out in the individual. So I mean, yeah, there's still areas for me to work on. If I do well in the Super Series, that would be really good for me. So that's still a constant aim for me, and yeah, just improve my world ranking going into Olympic year, which is next year.
Although he has yet to break into the elite group of players in international badminton, at 28 years old, Rajiv Ouseph is at his peak. And if he can find a way to take the next step, England may well have found the player they've been looking for all these years. It's time for some trivia. We want you to tell us who this person is. I was born in India. I made my international debut in 2006. I won my first gold medal at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. Find out who this person is after the break.
Lots and lots of players. In my book, as I'm a men's singles player, I think Lin Dan and Lee Chong Wei are the two ones. They really do a fantastic job for badminton. Indonesia, no one is near. Indonesia is by far the best. It's probably the loneliness, the travelling. You play an individual sport, you're up against everyone, and that loneliness can get to you now and again. You have to hate to lose. More than most, I would say. I think it's great working through other people, and you know, we win, we lose, we laugh, we cry. We do the very, very best we can, and I think that's very rewarding in coaching as such.
We're in Indonesia next as we report on one of the best clubs in the country, the Jaya Raya Badminton Club. Welcome back. Before the break, we asked you to name this person. I was born in India. I made my international debut in 2006. I won my first gold medal at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. The answer is Kashyap Parupalli. Kashyap was born in India in 1986. Currently ranked 21st in the world, he is one of India's top men's singles players. He won his biggest title of his career at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow this year. Kashyap became the first Indian male shuttler to win gold at the Games in 32 years, something only the legendary Prakash Padukone and the late Syed Modi have achieved in the past. It's hard to pinpoint what makes a champion, but there are characteristics which they cannot do without. Skill, determination, and ambition. But these traits are not enough, and they are never developed alone. For a player to succeed, it is crucial that they foster an environment that helps them to grow, a stable and healthy space which will allow them to reach their full potential. In the highly competitive domestic badminton scene of Indonesia, the Jaya Raya Badminton Club stands out as one such place.
Saya ketemu mereka tuh lebih banyak daripada ketemu.
I meet the people here more than I meet my family, so we are very close. And it must be that way. I must know their characters, not only just the players, but also their coaches, about their needs, their problems, and also about their families, so that they are comfortable here.
Supaya mereka feel comfort di sini.
Located in the south of the nation's capital, Jakarta, we were there recently to report on this family-orientated club. Jaya Raya Badminton Club was founded in 1978 by Dr. Ciputra, a well-known property tycoon. He, in turn, asked one of the sport's most decorated legends, 8-time All-England champion Rudy Hartono, to lead it.
Jadi kita tidak mengadakan klub ini berdiri karena
When we started this club, it was never as a hobby or just to increase people playing badminton. We actually wanted to create and achieve success that everybody can be proud of. Firstly, by the club itself, secondly, by Indonesia, and thirdly, by everyone else in the world.
Tiga untuk dunia.
The club invests heavily in youth training, with players selected as young as 10 years old. They are expected to train 6 days a week, twice daily. Every aspect of the training and development is closely monitored by the coaches.
Jadi ada beberapa pelatih memang.
We have a number of coaches for those in the juniors. The coaches must make sure that these players understand their fundamentals. For example, like their racket grip and court footwork. The coaching gets refined from then on, like analyzing opponents.
Musuh-musuh yang di luar kompetitifnya itu.
For those who are considered ready, they are given a chance to compete in Sirnas, Indonesia's domestic circuit. Their performances will then determine how often they get to compete. Jaya Raya wants its players to learn the value of hard work and earning the right to continue their growth in the sport.
Itu penting supaya pemain.
I think this is very important so that young players, especially the ones that we've only started coaching, will learn to appreciate their own efforts and what the club has done for them. For those who are here, they are very well taken care of. Their food, drinks, accommodation, school, and everything that they need are all provided for by the club. These even include their trip expenses to competitions anywhere. And if they show good results, they will also get bonuses.
Hasil, dia akan dapat bonus juga.
While on-court displays are crucial, so is their progress off it. Jaya Raya players are expected to keep up their academic studies. The Academy's in-house foundation is focused on looking after the long-term prospects of each of its students.
Yayasan Jaya Raya sangat.
The Jaya Raya Foundation places a lot of importance on education because it's not only concentrating on badminton, but also their school. If for some reason they are not able to make it as a player, and if they have maintained good results in school, they can go on to the local university here. They can still get good jobs. This is something that I feel not many clubs do for their players.
Klub-klub lain menurut saya itu nggak ada.
This holistic approach to training has reaped rewards. Olympic winners such as Susi Susanti and Chandra Wijaya, as well as this year's Asian Games women's doubles champions Gracia Poli and Nitya Krishinda Maheswari, all hail from Jaya Raya. The club is keen to remain competitive and is always looking for ways to enhance its reputation for producing winners.
From 6 courts, now we are going to have as many as 12 courts. We will be installing new equipment in the gym. We will also have dedicated areas for nutrition and sports science. Everything will be working together so that Jaya Raya remains among champions.
Harapan saya tentu klub.
My definite hope is that this great club will continue to produce world-class players, just as we have always done in the past.
Pada waktu yang lalu.
Jaya Raya Badminton Club's 360 approach to development has allowed it to produce an environment that gives its students the confidence to express themselves. It rewards excellence and provides a safety net for those who don't make the grade. It is this family atmosphere that attracts the best talent throughout the country and continues to produce champions. Germany continued the recent frenzied badminton action in Europe when it hosted the Bitburger Badminton Open 2014 last week. The city of Saarbrücken was the host for this Grand Prix Gold event. The women's singles opened proceedings on finals day as Chinese shuttler Sun Yu went up against compatriot He Bingjiao. The 20-year-old Sun had staged a glorious upset in the semis, defeating world champion Carolina Marin, and was looking to cap it off with the title. Sun, however, had to endure a slow start before she finally defeated her in 3 games, 16-21, 21-15, 21-12, for her first title in 2 years. The mixed doubles final saw the Chinese tandem of Zheng Shiwei and Chen Qingchen take on Indonesia's Alfian Eko Prasetya and Anissa Saufika. Having already defeated home favourites and world number 9 duo of Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels the day before, the unseeded Southeast Asians were confident of their chances going into this match. But right from the off, Alfian and Anissa couldn't gain any kind of momentum as their 5th-seeded Chinese opponents came out firing. They wrapped up the match in just 24 minutes, 21-11, 21-13. Wang Yilu and Zhang Wen kept up China's presence in the finals. In the men's doubles, they came up against Denmark's Anders Skarup Rasmussen and Kim Astrup Sorensen. Wang and Zhang were in a bullish mood as they blitzed the shell-shocked Danes 21-14, 21-10 in half an hour. The women's doubles final had Russia's Ekaterina Bolotova and Evgenia Kositskaya facing China's final representatives for the day, Ou Dongni and Yu Xiaohan. The prospect of winning a Grand Prix gold title served up some feisty on-court action as both pairs showed plenty of hunger. Oh and Yu, though, did enough to ensure a 4th Chinese triumph of the day, clinching the match in straight games 21-15, 21-15. The men's singles final was the concluding matchup as Ireland's Scott Evans took on last year's champion, Chinese Taipei's Chou Tianchen. Chou, fresh from his Super Series title win in France the week before, was the overwhelming favourite against the 11th-seeded Irish. He didn't disappoint. The world number 8 deposed of the Brazil Grand Prix winner 21-17, 21-10 to successfully defend his title. After the break, following last week's report on Chenlong's visit to Dubai, we catch up again with the world number 2 as he visits a shuttle time event. This week's Player of the Week is China's women's singles player Sun Yu. The world number 31 won her 2nd Grand Prix gold title at last week's Bitburger Badminton Open. Her win included a semi-final triumph over reigning world champion Carolina Marin in straight games before she went on to defeat compatriot He Bingjiao. Still only 20, Sun's encouraging progress may spell a continued Chinese stranglehold in the women's singles. Let's take a look at the BWF Destination Dubai rankings. This week, we check out the women's doubles. The top spot is occupied by the Japanese duo of Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. Right now, the only European players on the list are 3rd place Christina Pedersen and Camilla Ritterjul from Denmark. China's Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli round up the top 10. Don't forget the BWF Destination Dubai rankings are updated the Thursday after each Super Series event, so log on to www.bwfbadminton.org for the latest information. Last week, Badminton Unlimited featured men's singles world champion Chen Long's visit to Dubai, as he added his star power in the city's attempt to raise the profile of the sport. This week, we take a look at how the world number 2 gave a helping hand to Shuttle Time Dubai, a grassroots program to help develop the game. Chen created quite a buzz among the school children. The 25-year-old not only came to engage in some sparring sessions, but he was also armed with teaching and learning materials for Shuttle Time Dubai.
I'm happy to be with so many kids who also have a passion for badminton, to share my knowledge with them. It's a great opportunity for them to learn. I hope I'll get to do more of this in the future.
The global initiative, which is spearheaded by the Badminton World Federation, is now in over 70 countries. The latest launch was in the cosmopolitan city of Dubai.
We launched the Shuttle Time Dubai in July 1st, and it was a big launch, and since then we are doing our preparation, our planning to start the activities. And we started with the schools.
With the BWF Destination Dubai World Superseries finals to be held in the city in December, there's no better time than now to promote one of the fastest growing sports. It was a star-studded affair when the initiative was launched, with some well-known names in attendance. But what sets the Shuttle Time Dubai apart from others is its focus is not only on school development.
As we all know that Shuttle Time focus only on schools, but we have here schools, the focus on the schools, plus we are engaging the whole community. So badminton making the community all active here in Dubai.
The United Arab Emirates does not have a badminton federation. As such, Dubai Sports Council stepped in and worked hand in hand with BWF to generate more interest for the sport in the city and the country. The program aims to engage both schools and the community in badminton and to increase the popularity of the sport in the country. It also fits in with the government's promotion of a healthy lifestyle amongst its citizens.
So far, Shuttle Time project works very well here in Dubai. We are using it to engage people. Badminton is a relatively new sport among the locals. So the nice part in Shuttle Time, it starts with very basic level. So even if they don't have any background about the game, they still can enjoy it.
Badminton seemed to have won the hearts of the children, and the result has inspired Shuttle Time Dubai to persevere even more and dream even bigger.
Shuttle Time Dubai is actually a key legacy for us here for the Destination Dubai Super Series final. We have the Super Series final here for 4 years. What we are hoping that Shuttle Time Dubai will lead us to form a federation in a few, let's say, a few months and a year, hopefully.
Shuttle Time Dubai is not just running badminton programs, but the people behind the initiative are also busy organizing local tournaments. They ran the Shuttle Time Dubai Open, the first in a series of tournaments aimed at increasing participation in badminton.
Earlier this month, we ran the first community tournament, Shuttle Time Dubai, the first, and we had over 100 players participating in 4 events. Players from age of 6 to plus 50 were enjoying the game from all the nationalities. And apart from that, because our aim is to develop badminton, we had a special court. We call it a Shuttle Time court, Shuttle Time Dubai court. We engage the children, we coach them, we introduce badminton to them.
Chen Long was also present for the event, taking on some of the participants. His presence has certainly given Shuttle Time Dubai an added boost, judging by the reactions.
I think it's very important. Bringing a superstar like Chen Long is really, attracting people. Everyone wants to take a signature from Chen Long. Everybody wants to have a hit with Chen Long, and it's really helping promoting the game. When you bring superstar in the country, I think it went very well, and it pushed our effort in promoting the badminton through Shuttle Time Dubai.
Before we go, let's find out what's happening on the international circuit in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we report on the Bahrain Open Club Championship as the nation seeks to boost badminton in the country.